thrilled for it.
Presenting Franks with Turbo Booster Jet Engine.
A clash of contrasts awaits in Ahmedabad. Gujarat Titans have won 6 out of 9, but they lost their last outing to Rajasthan Royals. Sunrisers Hyderabad have won 3 out of 9, but they won their last game against Chennai Super Kings. What can we expect from match number 51? Let's build up on ESPN Cricinfo Timeout, powered by Nexa, in the company of Abhinav, Mukund and Aakash Chopra. Gentlemen, thank you for your time. GT, after that last game, as good as the season has been, when you get hit the way you were in that last one, as good a bowling attack as you may be, what kind of scars can it leave?
I feel it will leave no scars whatsoever. Because when you are hit by a tornado, you don't really think too much about what I could have done differently. See, sometimes you just bow your head and you say, fine, doff your hat and say, this was one of those innings where whatever we threw at him, it just did not work out. One freak innings, and that is how you put it to bed. Otherwise, the season gets a little messier to go ahead with. Gujarat has been fantastic. Every team is allowed to have a bad game. After scoring 200 plus runs, if you get hammered like that, I mean, so be it.
2 explosive left-handers the last time. 2 explosive left-handers at the top this time as well. Just that Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma haven't had that kind of season. How do you expect this to go?
Yeah, it's a nice pitch for them to actually play themselves in and get a big score and all of that. But I don't expect Gujarat, where one of those teams, to give a very flat surface. They've done that against explosive teams where they've given a slightly slowish black soil pitch. So I don't see them dishing out a belter at Ahmedabad. And I also think that Gujarat Titans will be back to whatever, winning ways, or back to the calmness that we see from Gujarat Titans. In the midst of all the chaos of Ashish Nehra and all of those things that happen, I still believe that there is a calm in that dressing room, that environment is great. And I believe that GT will definitely have questions to pose at the 2 opening batters of SRH.
Yeah, the reverse fixture, the questions weren't just posed by GT, they were also posed by Hyderabad's own pitch. Yeah. They limped to 150 and GT won comfortably. It's been quite a comfortable campaign for GT, but are there questions around their combination that we can ask? Because they haven't been certain of Washington Sundar and where he bats. Sherfane Rutherford's missed the last few games. They got Karim Janat in, and the third pacer continues to be a place of concern in Rabada's absence.
Well, it is, and we still haven't heard anything about Gerald Coetzee. We see him sitting in the dugout, but he's not got a game. They're happy playing only 3 overseas players for whatever reason that is. Will they actually consider doing something else? They are a team that seems to be very good at planning. They know what they are doing and they follow it to the T with 100% commitment. So that's what I'm expecting. Slowish surface, yes. And if my memory is serving me right, Washi played that game against Sunrise Hyderabad.
That was the first time he batted and he came at number 4.
Correct. So he, once again, they'll rather prepare a slowish surface. They'll get Washington Sundar in. If required, he'll bat. Otherwise, he won't. And they're still relying heavily on their top 3. It's just that the top 3 just keep firing, and that's why nothing else gets exposed. As regards to bowling, they play the 6th bowler and they actually assign 2 overs each. 2 to Asher, 2 to Ishan. They figure out a way that, okay, let's get rid of these 4 overs somehow. So I don't see that philosophy changing either.
The one bowler who they're not assigning a lot of overs to of late is Sai Kishore. And here is another opponent who will have quite a few left-handers. What have you made of their usage of Sai Kishore?
I think it's purely a captain's call on the field. I believe no matter how much you plan, I think certain captains are a bit hesitant to give that matchup. I know it looks nice. When you have so many bowling options, as a captain, you're sometimes hesitant to go for that option of Sai Kishore against the left-arm spin. That being said, he is a quality bowler. He can come up with the goods, yes, but it's all about the captain's faith sometimes in spin. And why I say that is because when you trust that 1 over to a fast bowler, I'm not saying that they won't go for 20, 25, but there's a higher possibility of the game shifting in just 1 over of Sai Kishore's, like how we saw in that game against LSG, where he tried to bowl against Puran and he got smashed by like any other spinner against Nicholas Puran, which has happened. So I don't think that's there in GT's mind. That's the best part about GT. They've forgotten about it. They will still trust Sai Kishore against possibly other left-handers, but they'll be hesitant.
He did take 2 for 24 in the reverse fixture, did Sai Kishore earlier on in this season. But going back to that third pacer, Ishant Sharma, he's featured in 6 of their 9 games. Leaked 11s, taken 3 wickets. do they need to look beyond him?
Well, they started with him, they looked beyond him, then they've gone back to him. So it's a case of musical chairs where Arshad has played, where Ishant has played. I think Kulwant Khejrolia also played a game. So they've got a few options and they've tried all of them. So after the hammering that he got in the last game, I think Vaibhav took him down for 20 odd runs in that 1 over. So there is a possibility they might actually now go in a different direction, but that direction is not very promising or is not extremely more positive as compared to putting Ishant Sharma on the field again. So that is one thing I think they're struggling with. They do have the options, but they have tried all of them. None have worked.
Just want to add there, 10 days or 12 days ago, he said Shubman Gill had a toss set. 10 days later, Rabada will be available.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
So if that happens,
that was the 19th of April. So we have passed 10 days now.
okay.
Is he
So
back,
technically,
though?
I don't know if he's back or not. But if he does, I think there's you don't have to think past that, right? Rabada comes in for Ishan.
If he doesn't, though, and we still have no clarity on Kagiso Rabada and whether he's actually linked up with the squad, which of those domestic pacers, if you're saying look beyond Ishant, Arshad Khan played a few, Kulwant Khejrolia played once, Gurnoor Brar hasn't played yet. Not at all, yeah. Where are you looking?
I think knowing Ashish Nehra and knowing Gujarat Titans, they will still persist with Ishant. I don't think they'll go anywhere else because I feel Arshad is a Washington Sundar replacement. They look at him as an all-rounder who can bowl. Ishant, Kulwant and the other bowlers there are all seen as the fourth medium pace bowling option. I didn't see the necessity for a Kareem Janat, but that might be their only change for Gujarat Titans.
I'll say go to Jaral Coetze, or at least tell us why he's not playing. I mean, one of the two things must happen. Either you play him or tell us.
Yeah, it would be nice to get an update on the South African pacers in the GT squad for a change. But let's stick to pacers when we look at Sunrisers Hyderabad. And for one of their mainstays, Mohammad Shami, it's a return to the ground where he enjoyed so much success in 2022 and 2023, still among the leading wicket takers at this venue. But this season, Sunrisers invested big in him. The returns haven't come.
No, they haven't. They haven't. He hasn't looked the same bowler, at least not till this point in the tournament. And it's unlikely to change, at least in this game for sure. Because he'll be up against Sai Sudarshan, Shubman Gill and Joss Butler at 1, 2 and 3. It's very difficult to go past actually all three of them. So between them, they play the first 15 overs. Somehow they figure out a way to bat 15 overs. And Mohammad Shami will once again bowl 2 at the start. Might not get a wicket there. If he's not getting a wicket there, then he'll be bowling at the death and can again go for runs. So Shami's fortunes are unlikely to change in this game.
Now, he missed last season, which was in a way a season where a lot of bowlers learnt a lot because batting mindsets changed, the run scoring went, just raised the roof. Missing that season, is Shami this year finding it hard to adapt to what is now a changed way that batters approach their game, especially in the power play?
I wouldn't say that because he's been watching the league and he's been around for so long. It's a difference in conditions. Ahmedabad offers you a lot more at 7:30 p.m. in the evening, and when you take Mohammad Shami out of Ahmedabad and then you play him in one of the flattest pitches in the country where he's looking for something fuller, something off the pitch, and that's something that he struggled with. Even if you look at Mitchell Starc and you look at his numbers, predominantly test bowlers have that slightly fuller length, and that's the case with Mohammad Shami and Mitch Starc. They've been expensive, but teams have persisted with them because they have the ability to pick up wickets, especially in conditions that favour them. SRH might just fancy Mohammad Shami over the next couple of games. I think they're playing more so towards the red soil and they go up north. So I think they'll be okay. I don't see Mohammad Shami struggling because he missed a year. I just think that it's a case of varying conditions.
And just to add to that, Mitchell Starc still somehow resurrected in the same game itself a few times, where if you are expensive at the top, there is reverse swing at play. So that is one addition that has changed as compared to the last season, and that has brought bowlers back into the game, at least the faster bowlers. So Mohammad Shami is not your ideal T20 reverse swing bowler who will go and nail those Yorkers, or at least it's not happened this year. His pace is a little down, while I agree with Abhinav that he might be okay for the next few games and he's got enough experience. But I think if you were to look at the entire season, you'll find that some bowlers or the bowlers who have actually made the ball tail in have done a lot better.
Yeah, and he's almost not had the opportunity. I think he's bowled one death over and only 6 overs in the middle in this season. All the rest of his overs have come in the power play so far for Shami. Let's get predictions.
Okay, so I'm going with the Gujarat Titans.
Yeah, same. Because GT came back from a break, got smashed by 14. Or SRH are coming back from Maldives. Maldives.
All right. Thank you so much, Aakash, Abhinav, for setting up the game. No upsets expected as per this couch. And that will be in keeping with the head-to-head record. GT have only ever lost once to Sunrisers in the IPL.
Ready for it.
Thrilled for it.
Presenting Franks with Turbo Booster Jet Engine.
Excellent.